Okay, welcome. What's up, traders? Happy Thursday. You guys should be able to hear me in the Discord and then the live chat as well on social. So let's walk through a couple of things here yesterday. So we had this massive move down on ES yesterday, as well as NASDAQ, obviously. And we end up flushing the previous day's low. So NFP brought this up back to the previous day's highs, which is this white dotted line coming across my screen. And yeah, I wasn't too keen on those longs. We had been respecting this since Monday, where we set the highs, Monday, Tuesday, and then we respected that again on Wednesday. So, on Tuesday, we kind of traded in a very, very tight range. And I was flat on Monday, Tuesday, and then yesterday I got a little bit of a green day. I have been on the road traveling, so I think I've managed to risk well while being on the road. I've sized down and just kept things as simple as possible. But I think yesterday, so there was something really, really interesting that I did see, was when we flushed these lows, we actually flushed pre-market lows as well, but we bounced back quite heavily. Now, I did like the shorts for a continuation play, okay? But unfortunately, I didn't like the price action and the edgeful screener. So I think I made a quick video on this as well on my YouTube channel. I did a live, but where you get price action that's not conforming with maybe the screener's data, I think it's best to, sometimes just play very, very small or stay out the market. So I actually stayed flat in the New York session yesterday. My account's actually updated. The DAX, I had a small win on in the London session yesterday, late London session. But what I found yesterday is that I think a lot of traders, they're not looking at these levels. So I want to give you 4 levels that I look at every single day, coupled obviously with the edgeful data. Obviously, the opening range and VWAP is what I trade with. But then levels that I like to look at is previous days highs and lows and pre-market highs and lows. I think personally, if you're looking at those levels, you can give a good indication of what we want to do there. So we flushed the pre-market lows, okay, over here. But because of this bounce up quite heavily and we got back into the range, I wasn't really too keen on anything over there. This is the 15-minute time frame. We can even drop it down to a 5-minute. We're just very, very stagnant. You could probably look to take that back up to opening range, but because the data was saying that we were short bias, I didn't really want to reverse that, the bias that we had off these lows on that flush down. So, that kind of just kept me flat. Now, overnight, we are respecting VWAP to the high side. We are still trading as an inside day on ES, completely within the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows. Okay, so, right now, obviously, I would still actually say we're in a range. After Monday's move higher, we haven't really done an awful lot. Okay, and you can see we've actually been very, very in a very, very tight and choppy range right now. Now, if we go to the NASDAQ as well, I think the NASDAQ actually flushed a little bit more, and then YM as well. So, potentially maybe YM rolling over here. We still haven't come up to those highs we had from yesterday, whereas ES and NQ have been trying to at least get another leg higher. But as I can see right now, we're still within a range on ES and NQ. YM potentially maybe some more room back down to the downside. But we'll see what happens at the open. We'll see what brings in any market news or anything like that. We do have CPI tomorrow, so keep that in mind. We have unemployment claims in the next 15 or 14 minutes. So my game plan today is just to keep it small again. As I said, I'm on the road, so I've been sizing down quite a bit, and that's actually been playing quite well into these market conditions, I must say, where there hasn't been really, unless you're catching that first initial move down, there hasn't been really any like clean, momentum-based, trades. So I don't know how you guys are going, French. What's up, Anthony? I see you guys in the chat here. The guys that are watching online on socials, morning too. But yeah, so again, levels that I'm looking for, yes, and we can draw them out. We can get them back again like this. Still, this level of 960 is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. And then if we extend this across, it's Monday's highs and Tuesday's highs, as well as Wednesday's highs, has been a strong level of resistance. Now, again, I think, the more you can just stay focused, not try and chase trades, and actually, let the market come to you. You're going to trade from a better perspective. Sizing down has helped me a lot in these market conditions. Thankfully, I am on the road too, so I was already I pre-planned to size down already. Something interesting here, the DAX actually getting a massive move up today. I mean, it's up 1.26%, so that's getting a little bit of lift off Mag 7 stocks here, Nvidia, Tesla, everything up except Apple overnight. So stocks are moving higher. Okay, stocks are moving higher. And again, right now, I don't want to predict anything. I'd rather just read and react. We're holding overnight VWAP on ES. So, but again, just very, very tight range. Nothing really to speak about at the minute. And I think if you guys, can take something of what I've done this week, is not try and chase setups, over trade, over position size. That's where you guys get caught in. A lot of traders get caught in that mindset, including myself sometimes, of trying to make it happen instead of letting the market tell me what it wants to do and picking up easy money from there. If we just go to, Nvidia and Tesla trading higher overnight, you can see how we gapped up, moved higher on the open, and then faded off, and then didn't really do a whole bunch yesterday. And then same as Nvidia, pushed up pre-market, flushed back down. That was that flush on the indexes. And then we really haven't got too much to really speak about. As I said, we're still trading literally within that range. That Monday had that nice move higher, and then we've literally just been trading in like a 50-point range. What is this? Yeah, like this tight range. Yeah, 36 points on ES. Besides that one little flush to the downside there, we haven't really done much. And in these type of market conditions, traders sometimes get beat up. I used to get beat up quite badly in these type of market conditions. And I think the more you can just sit on your hands, the more patient you can be, the better that, the more rewarded you'll be when the easy setups do come. Now, a couple of things to have a look at pre-market as well. Reports, you guys always know I love that opening candle continuation report. So if you haven't had a look at this and you got an edgeful subscription, make sure to check this opening candle continuation report. Okay. First hour bullish, 74% of the time will close as a bullish closing day. Now, this is on ES in the last 6 months. We can go to even like Nvidia. Stats will obviously be different. 75.86 and 76% of the time. So that first hour is bullish. How often do we get continuation to either side? That's a pretty powerful stat on the video. Let's see what Tesla. I think Tesla wasn't. Yeah, Tesla. Okay, Tesla's not bad. 75 and 76, 77. So that's pretty decent as well. NQ is really, really good with this report as well. So you can see 77 and 79, right? So that first hour of trading does provide a lot of information for possible entries for the rest of the day. Is any questions? How's your guys' week been? Anthony, Frank, how's your guys' week been in the chat? Jess, I can see you on the socials there, morning. Good to have you on. How's your week been, Jess? Any entries that you maybe want to speak about? So we can also have a look at the moment is something interesting is that opening week range report. So we can go over that. And now you can only look at this report after Monday and Tuesday have played out, because it is a report that you will need the Monday and Tuesday data. So on NQ, you can look at it on NQ. Broke the opening week high 42% of the time. Now this is in the last 6 months. Broke the opening week low, okay, 23% of the time, but broke both the opening week high and low 34% of the time. So very rarely do we break both sides. Now, Monday and Tuesday's highs, let's actually get that opening week range. Where's that opening week range? We'll go to bottom section of here. Yeah, Frank, good so far. Good morning. Yes, good morning, Frank. That's good. Good to see that it's going well for you. Let's get that opening week range report over here. We can actually still see that we are respecting those that Monday and Tuesday's highs right now, even Wednesday, as you can see. So we're still trading with inside it. and that does potentially leave for choppier market conditions, at least what I've seen from my experience. Now, also what you can see is the EMAs, the VWAPs are coming into alignment here. We've got the weekly VWAP, we're still trading at it, it's that blue one. And then we do have the daily VWAP where we're sitting at the moment. So we are trading at that weekly VWAP, start of week VWAP as well. Now, also on ES, we are completely trading as an inside day right now. Previous day's highs is up here at 7013, and previous day's lows is down at 931. So a pretty big gap down to the previous day's lows, as well as up to the previous day's highs. So on these inside days, and this is something Andre and I were speaking about on stream as well on 2 weeks ago with Zinc. How can we identify choppier days? Something that I've seen is when we do trade as an inside day, so within the previous day's highs and lows, and we haven't broken out to one side, that could be a little bit more tricky. Yesterday, we actually took out the lows. As you can see, we worked out the lows here pre-market, and then we went up and took the highs as well on that NFP news release. But on choppier market conditions, I have seen that when we do trade as inside days, it does bring into the factor of choppier market conditions. So yeah. What's up, Corey? Do you trade currencies? I don't trade currencies. I used to, Corey, probably like 3.5, 4 years ago. Not anymore. Mainly indexes and individual stock names. That's all what I focus on. I took the RCT retracement paid with the Orb London data. Nice. This morning, right? So this morning on the NASDAQ. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trading pre-market on the US indexes. I will look at the DAX every now and again to trade pre-market, but I must say I'm not a massive fan of trading the US markets pre-New York Open personally, just because the range, like they don't get as much volume obviously compared to when the markets are open. But yeah, I could see that, and I'm assuming you are in like a European time zone, same as me. So it does, like I'm in South Africa, so it does. When we are sometimes looking at markets, we want to have a look at it in the mornings. I know I'm trying the DAX more often. Yeah, 100%. I think I remember you saying once it trades above or below the opening week range, you don't expect a double break. Is there a study for that? Yes, there is. So that opening week range on NQ, 34% of the time will break both sides. So the rest of the time, 66% of the time, we'll call it 65, we will hold that one side. So that report is called that opening week range report, White. Opening week range report, as you can see over here. So as I say, we are moving higher. Like, after a Friday squeeze last week, we haven't really looked like we were going to roll over from there. Yesterday was a sell-off, but then we bounced immediately off and back into the range. Like on NQ, we literally bounced back to opening range lows and end of the day green. So, bears definitely aren't in control right now. So I would be careful shorting. And stocks are up pre-market. So, read and react. Let the market come to you. That's what I'm going to be doing today. And, giving you my thought processes and keeping it small. The ranges have been pretty tight this week. So don't look to overcomplicate anything. Take it one day at a time. And Zinc will be live with edgeful today. I'm live in my own live trading room. And then I'll be on with Andre to finish off the week. And take it one day at a time. As I say, don't overcomplicate your trading. Keep it as simple as possible. Look for the same things every single day. and keep building on that momentum and consistency. Perfect, guys. I'll leave you here. I'll be in the Discord chat rest of the day. Make sure to check edgeful out. And if there's any questions on that, as I said, hit the Discord up, and we'll see you guys for the rest of the day. Cheers.